Hey, Brenda Carmenita here, Mary Kay Independent Beauty Consultant, with some tutorial tips on applying lips and eyebrows. So we're going to jump right in and we're going to start with lip liner, okay? So we definitely want to line our lips for color stay and definition. I'm going to slightly go outside my natural lip line just to give myself that more pouty look. I'm going to show you here. So I'm following the natural lip line, but instead of going just on the line, I'm going just on the other side. So I'm basically outlining my lips. And the Mary Kay lip liner glides on so soft and creamy. So easy to apply with this little pen. So I've gone just outside. Now, to make sure that I get a nice lengthy color stay, I'm going to also put my lip liner on the body of my lips. Now you see I did just a little line here, and a line across my bottom lip, and then I smudge them together. I'm not going to color in my whole lip. This is, it'll be really thick and cakey if you do it that way. But because it's creamy at application, without having to take a lighter to it, you can smear it across your lips and you can see that I have a nice even color of my lip liner across the base of my lips. Now, if you are having to wear a mask or going to eat lunch, this is a really great way to have that color stay without transfer and go through lunch and still have lipstick on at the end. Right now I'm going to show you applying lipstick on top of this lip liner to enhance the color stay. So I have my Supreme Hydrating Lipstick in Fuchsia Dream, which is my absolute favorite color of this line. I'm going to fix one little thing that's bothering me. I'm a little crooked on this side and I don't like it. pretty here. They're fading into the sunset. So because I do still have, you can see quite a bit of hair on my eyebrows, what I do when I do my eyebrows for a really fast, natural, easy look, I use eyeshadow, and I use a great tool on my eyeshadow, my brow brush, on the brush end. It's a really nice angled brush. And then I have the spindle on this side. So you saw me brush my eyebrows up. So I'm gonna get them nice and fluffy and straight. I'm gonna do one side one way and one side another way and show you the difference. What I would do on an everyday basis, for just a quick everyday look, I'm gonna use just my angled brush with some eyeshadow and a brown that I'm feeling that day, sometimes lighter, sometimes darker. And I'm not gonna start at the very tip because the first application with the brush is gonna be the darkest and the heaviest, and I don't want that corner to be too heavy. I can always add in after. So I'm gonna start back a little bit, and then I'm gonna pull that forward. And I'm gonna follow my natural brow line. I don't need to change the arc of my eyebrows. And you can see not much difference. And then I'm gonna just tap down in here for my tail. I don't take my tail all the way down. At my age, I'm trying to lift my eyes, the look of my eyes. You'll see my makeup goes up, my eyeshadow angles up. I try to have my eyebrows not go too far to the corner of my eye so that it doesn't pull down and droop my face. So that is what I would do. And I just brush it through. The Chroma version eyeshadow that I use for my eyebrows is life proof. So once it sets, I'm not gonna have to worry about it fading or flaking or rubbing off or otherwise losing the color of my now eyebrow that I have. It looks really funny with one done and one not done. So the other, eyebrow treatment I'm going to show you is called the tint, eyebrow tint. It's very much like a mascara for your eyebrows. It is a liquid. There is a very small brush that you use to run across the hairs in your eyebrows. This is dark blonde. And this is brunette. I don't know if you can see on the camera the difference in the color. I show you the two because I use dark blonde on my eyebrows. Let's see if you can see the difference. Yeah, you can. So the top is dark blonde and the bottom is brunette. I use the dark blonde rather than the brunette, even though my hair is fairly dark and my eyebrows are fairly dark, because I want the highlights. I want it to look more natural. So what I like about using the angled brush with the eyeshadow is, to me, it looks very natural. It doesn't look like I've altered my eyebrows. It just looks like I have a decent, tone to my eyebrow. With this is great because I can coat each individual lash with the tint. And so I'm bulking. I'm going to go over here in the mirror. Sorry. Let's see if I can get it in the camera. Sorry, there's hair on my brush. So I'm going to coat. Again, I'm not going to start at the very beginning because if I get too much color, I don't want that to look, that's going to look more artificial. It's going to look more artificial if you have a big clump of color on the front end. So I'm going to go in gradually, and I'm just lightly coating my eyebrows with the tint. So this is not coloring the skin underneath, which is what I did with the eyeshadow. This is actually putting bulk and color on the actual eyebrow. This is also going to keep my eyebrows more in place with the tint. So I'm going to let that dry. I have brushed it in an upward motion, and I'm going to let that dry because it is like a mascara, so it's just slightly wet. So I'm going to show you, that was the dark blonde. Let me just verify. Yes. So I want to show that's the dark blonde and how that color looks. I'm going to put a little bit of the brunette on just so you can see the difference in the color. I don't know if you can see how much darker that actually is. I don't think it looks bad. I just like the highlights of the dark blonde myself. And then I feel a little more, like it looks a little more natural. So I'm just gonna brush this over to take that end down so it's not sticking straight up. And that is the brow tint. Now that again, once it dries, it's gonna be life stay. So this is actually a very natural look because it's not deepening the entire brow where this is darkened the skin underneath. And this is not, this is just intensified the hair of the eyebrows itself. So I think either one looks really great. This with the eyeshadow is much faster and much easier and something I'm just really used to doing. And I do like to be able to play with those eyeshadow colors and the different browns a little bit. So I don't tend to use the brow tint, but when I am doing more camera ready or going to an event, I use the brow tint because again, it's gonna lock in place and it gives my, there's more of a 3D to your eyebrows with the brow tint. And now it should be dry. Maybe a little. It should be dry. I see no transfer. And now my eyebrows are set. No transfer. And now I'm ready to go.